ready to get started? Enough said.
Right.
Three T's, no lie. Welcome to the truth where the truth don't lie. Three T's, no lie. Welcome to the truth. Welcome to the truth.
All right, welcome, everyone. So we have our disclaimer. Ashley, Carl, we're not sharing anything that we need to disclaim tonight. Y'all can read that. And there it is. And here we are. Good evening, everyone.
Hello,
Come
y'all.
on in the room.
Hello.
Come on in the room. Carl, you like my t-shirt?
I love. oh, the shade of it all. Okay. Cool. Cool. Love it though.
I could not resist.
Oh, just know I'm gonna get you back.
It's all good. Let me sit up straight though.
You get on 3/5 of my nerve. 3/5 of my nerves.
Yeah. It's all good. Hey,
So look, y'all, for y'all that are coming in, the devil has been at work. Hello, Ava. How you doing? Yeah, he been at work, messed around and messed up my ankle, y'all. I am this is a different location than what you guys are familiar with, but I can't walk on this ankle, so it is what it is. We gonna make it do what it do.
You're gonna be okay, I promise. Put some ice on it.
The ice has melted, man. It's water.
Your body temperature is too hot.
I'll be trying to tell people I'm hot like fire. They don't be believing me.
Hot like fire.
Yes, Aaliyah, hot like fire.
What happened to our names?
I don't know.
I don't see that button to add them on the screen.
What you do to it?
I ain't do nothing, but it's all good. It's all good. Y'all come on in the room. Let me see if I can post this YouTube link. Because we have an amazing topic to talk about tonight. I'm excited to talk about navigating the dating world with trust issues. Like, we're going to get all into it. But I need help understanding. Y'all going to help me grow tonight.
It is definitely going to be a good one.
Copy link here. Okay, hold on, hopefully. All right, y'all, come on in the room.
Come on in the room.
Get this wonderfulness started.
Yes, because some of us is concentrating on a thread tonight, y'all. This pain. Rain, sleet, or snow.
Do you have a drink?
Hey, girl, it took me 40 minutes to come down the steps. I haven't even eaten.
Your drink is supposed to be in reach, sir. You never have to go far for it.
Girl, the bathroom ain't even in the reach at this point in my life. I can't. I cannot. All right. Well, you ready to start it? I know some of our normal people that be on, they had prior engagements. They called me earlier.
That's fine. That's fine. I am ready. I'm struggling over here. I'm really, truly having a day. I'm having a week. Like, I'm really trying to get to our group so I can put the YouTube link in the group chat. Ask me why I can't find how to get the groups. Man, oh my goodness.
And normally I would do it, but out of commission today.
It's all good. I got it. All right, y'all come on over. And look, since you're here, you might as well subscribe, right? You might as well comment and share. Share with your friends. Yes. Don't keep this goodness to yourself. All right, where are we? I'm ready to get started.
All right, we got to start us off.
Okay, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
We got to be together. We're going to get this. Welcome to T.D.T Talk, where we tell you
the damn truth.
Yeah.
Yes,
all right, so we made it Friday night. Okay, we about to get the weekend popping, but before we do, actually, this is the pop off to the weekend. So tonight we are going to be talking about navigating the dating world with trust issues. So we get to
Yes.
hear from our men tonight, right? And we have a special guest who will join us a little later, Mr. Roselle Cawthorn. We want to welcome him.
Yes.
As always, even though we're talking about relationships, and this is a really fun topic that I enjoy, there are different, things that we may say that could possibly trigger you. So if you feel like you need to speak to someone a little further about whatever it is that you're going through or whatever it is that you're feeling, totally fine. We're therapists. This is what we do. Please contact us. We have not Miss Naisha White that we are partnering with. And we will make sure that we ensure confidentiality. I have one more disclaimer if you don't mind. One more disclaimer.
One more? Okay, go ahead.
Just one more. I have to say this. So there are different levels to men. Okay? Different levels to men. Tonight, we are only speaking about quality men. Okay? We are not speaking about immature men who are out here playing games, messing over quality women. We are only speaking about Mufasa tonight. We're not talking about the Simbas. All right? So this Mufasa space only tonight. So when you hear us talk, keep that in mind. We're only talking about quality men.
Yes.
All right, Carl. So
all right.
Can I start off with my first question?
You can.
Because I need you to help me understand.
All right, I'm ready.
You've been trying to school me, and you do very well. You do very well. I've grown so much.
Thank you. I try.
Thank you. Thank you. I know I'm a difficult student at times, but I appreciate how consistent you are. So, if you don't mind, could you help me understand the mind of a man? Y'all say y'all not complicated. I don't know. But if you can help me to understand from the path of boyhood to manhood. So from boy to men, how do men develop characteristics that carry them to a point to where they are ready to be in relationships?
Okay. So we're going to be real. We're going to be real. There's 3 types of men that I like to identify for today's conversation. Okay. One of the men are men who have had active fathers in their lives. Okay. Then we have the absent father type of man, which means he was raised by his mama. And then we got that introverted. They get it how they live it. They could have had both. They could have just been just that awkward, that little, I like to call him weirdo, but that sound mean, but accurate. You know what I mean? But accurate. So, okay. I make myself laugh. Okay, so when it comes to the active father, the one thing that I've learned is that the behavior for a man when it comes into a relationship, that's a learned behavior. So a boy he's had a blueprint based on what he saw his dad do, that he liked or he didn't like. And that's just like human nature. We have parents or people who model behaviors that we see. And from those behaviors, we eat from the bone, and we eat the meat from the bone and throw the bone when we're done with it. So those experiences will determine how he treats his wife, everything that he saw his daddy do. Make sense?
The good or the bad?
Good or the bad.
Okay, I got it.
So if it's trauma, there's trauma.
Right.
Period. So for the absent father, meaning that they're raised by the mama, that's earned. I like to call it, so we have it learned, earned, and the earned is from the absent father, i.e. being raised by a single mother. Men raised by single mothers do extra things that other men won't do. He will make you breakfast in bed. He'll cater to the feminine side based on what he saw or saw his mother lack. So that the mom provides that nurturing side, and everything that she's ever said that she wanted in a man, the child tries to emulate that into his next relationship. That's a double-edged sword,
Uh-huh.
because next month we're gonna be talking about the other side of that sword.
Right.
There's a good, bad, and the ugly with being raised by your mama. So,
Well,
um,
that speaks to me because I'm a single mom,
mhm.
and I have a son. So I definitely see exactly where you're going with that. I do.
Okay. See, I'm glad I'm
You're on the
here.
good side, though.
And then the introverted. Get it how I live it.
This is what did you call him? Weirdo. That's
It's the
just rude.
weirdo.
That's just rude.
You say rude, I say accurate. Tomato, tomato,
Okay.
tomato, tomato. So the introverted, he lacks that confidence, and that initiative, and is not quite sure how to pursue a relationship, and is
Mhm.
usually set up by friends, i.e., get it how he lives it. That social awkwardness will limit them in relationships. That's the, I'm not gonna say Russell Wilson's, but that's the doormats of society that are just grateful to be in a relationship, to be loved,
Yeah,
or
dang.
their version of loved.
The doormats of society. Did I quote you properly?
You quoted me properly. The doormats of
Oh,
society.
that's that's really. Hold on, let me think about that for a second. 'Cause do I know this guy? Do I know this guy?
Oh, I'll wait because I know you done ran across the doormat or two. You taking your shoe off on a doormat or two.
No, I don't think that I have.
Any of the viewers, have any of
Why
you
do you
guys ever
you really
come
so why
across?
you keep calling this y'all be getting on Russell Wilson? Started calling Russell Simmons. So
Not Russell Simmons.
I got an idea. I get it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably the guy that doesn't approach me, uh,
Mm-hmm.
especially since people say I'm intimidating. And
Mm-hmm.
sweet little old me.
Observes from afar. That, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Waits for
So
his homie to try to set you up.
is he the nice guy?
Nice adjacent. Awkwardly nice. We don't know if it's genuine or not.
I know exactly who you're talking about. I get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now look,
He's that guy. He's that guy over there that I'm probably not gonna talk to.
yeah, you done seen them, y'all done locked eyes like 4 or 5 times.
And I'm like, look, put my fan up. I'm like, girl, why is he staring at me?
Right? Do you see him looking at us?
Why is he staring at me? What is wrong with him?
Yes, that would be that guy.
Oh,
So
no. Go ahead. We'll talk about it. I just wonder, am I wrong for not talking to that guy?
no, because that's not your cup of tea. That's not your
But
Mufasa.
he's a nice guy.
He a nice guy for
Okay,
someone else. He's not a nice, or he's not meant to be with someone that has a dominant personality, that go-getter mentality.
that's not shade. Okay, thank you.
Oh no, no, that shirt is shade. That shirt is a whole tree. That whole shirt, that's shade.
Okay.
Uh, so the trust issues that we were talking about. So, like I said, there's the learned or the earned or the get it how I live it. So for the active father, the trust issue there as they advance into their own relationship is I gave you all that I have to give materially and sexually, but it wasn't enough. So that's that go getter, go always working. Every time you think of your daddy, he was at work. He made your mama laugh, this, that, and the third. But something was not quite there. They were not kismic.
Uh-huh.
There was love, but somewhere along the line, something faded.
I know that. Yep. Yep.
Now, when it comes to the single mama, the trust issue is I gave you my mind, body, and soul, but it wasn't good enough.
Mm.
And a lot of people don't understand when it comes to relationships, anybody can have sex. Two dogs can have sex. That's not hard to do. Chemistry allows it. It just clicks right on in.
Right.
But when you are able to connect on a spiritual realm,
Yeah.
when they touch your soul, when your soul has to exhale, that's different. Y'all remember that movie Waiting to Exhale when your soldier oh, thank you, Jesus. That's a new level. So the trust issue comes in when a man that has given you the flowers, the candy, he provides, he does those sentimental things that all y'all girls claim, all y'all females claim. You want a sensitive yet affirmative yet thuggish ruggish bone, but then when you get a man that caters to your need, girl, he all every 5 seconds. What
What
you
do you
want?
no,
They
no,
get upset. You said what?
no, 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 no,
Which
no. I would
I know.
I would appreciate that guy completely and totally. Like that's what I want.
And you're one in a million because oftentimes women say what they want, but they don't mean what they say. You want somebody that's sensitive, but then when you get a man that give you the good morning text, how are you doing in the afternoon? After a certain amount of time, they oh my God, he getting on my watch. It's
What?
about to be 3:30. He about to bing, there it is. What I tell you, girl. What I tell you.
Spoil me. Spoil me. Give me all the attention you want. I'm here for it.
See, and then when it comes to the introverted man, their trust issue is they don't know what's real and what's not. They base things on a fantasy. Everything that they've watched in the movies, Love and Basketball, How Stella Got a Groove Back, any of them old Christmas Hallmark movies. That's what a relationship is to them. That's what they want to emulate. So they have this fantasy of a woman they think they want. So I won't be anything for anyone. I'd rather be alone. You break my heart, I'll sleep with the world.
Okay. So that guy would just rather be alone
Yep.
instead of getting hurt again.
That's your 70-year-old uncle that has introduced 526 aunties at every cookout, family gathering. You don't know if that's a real auntie and cousins. That's the one. We all got that uncle.
Oh, yeah, we do. I cannot with you. It was my cousin actually, but I
See,
cannot.
they heart got broken once and they just shut it off. You know what? I'd rather be because that feeling, especially if that was the first time that you felt something real, some people don't have the resilience to bounce back from that. They're so shattered that they're like, you know what? I'll just sleep around because if I drop a 20 on the nightstand, you don't got to call me no more.
You know what? I think I have seen that guy a lot
Hmm.
out here, in this whole dating world. He's a real person. Yeah.
Very much so. And if
Mhm.
y'all go on Tinder, Match, Christian Mingle, Urban Connects,
He
Connect Four,
he has this inflated sense of self. All these things he wants, and I'm looking at the picture and I'm like, none of that matches what I'm looking at right here. Like
and
your
you
bad
gotta be
sucks. Like
you
really.
have to be careful because there are those counterfeit Mufasas.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you know, and you do better.
All right. Well, you know what? That helped me to understand
Hmm.
a little more about what I'm dealing with out here in these streets. Um, by putting them into, I like how you put them in the categories. So, and how you actually factored in their parental involvement, right? So, was
Hmm.
that man in the home or not? And then, if that man was in the home, what did he model, for them? So
Yep.
that makes a lot of sense. Sometimes I think we as women, we don't factor in all of those different things. We don't even look at Carl, I've never looked at it like this before. So this is definitely a perspective that is new for me, but
Hmm.
it makes sense though. So I'm wondering, y'all make sure y'all comment. Is Carl on the right path here?
I already see one that said absolute truth. I'm not exactly sure who the Facebook user is because, like I said, for those of y'all just tuning in, my ankle is out of commission. So um, there's that.
Yes. All right. Okay. Well, now that I have been thoroughly educated, are y'all ready for our special guest?
I am.
Carl, you like my t-shirt? It's new. I just got it this week.
I bet you did. Oh, I bet you did.
Let me center this thing right here.
Just know, payback,
Let me sit up straight.
definite payback.
All of it. You see it though? Can you see it?
You get on my nerves. I'm gonna get you back. That's okay. I'm gonna get you back. The shade of it
Ah,
all.
it's all good. It's all good.
It's all groovy.
Carl, I'm
So,
going to let you introduce our special guest.
all right. So this special guest is brought to you by Black Maturity. Uh,
I love it. I love it.
this is a Mufasa, ladies. This is a Mufasa. This person has molded me. Y'all, I was off the
The
chain.
job he had. Oh my God.
I was as a teenager, I was off the chain.
I got to
Nobody
clap
understands.
for taking on that role.
Don't
Bless.
don't do don't do me. Don't do me. So this is my uncle that I brought to the stage today, Roselle Cawthorn. He is an uncle. He is a mentor. He has been that person that's helped me model a lot of my life. So bring him on in, Sharon.
All right. Mr.
Welcome,
Roselle
welcome.
Hey, what's
Cawthorn.
up? What's up, kid? What's up,
Yeah,
nephew?
What up, Uncle? So real quick before we start,
Oh, what's
do
up?
you see? Do you
Yeah.
see Sharon's shirt?
Um,
No, don't.
that's the inside joke,
what's
Carl.
going
Why
on over there, Sharon? What's 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 going on over there?
it's the inside joke that Carl and
Is she blushing, Carl? Is she
It,
blushing over there?
yep. I told you. Hey, back. I can get you back.
She get a little rosy in that cheeks. There, what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's my blush. That's my blush.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. All right.
Uh-huh. We'll call it that.
What's up?
All right, Sarah, go ahead. So, yeah, welcome to T.D.T. We're really glad that you decided to speak on this conversation because to me, from what I've seen from you and us growing up
Yeah.
together, you are what I've referred to as a real Mufasa. You're a man. You handle your business. You provide for your family. You're not that drug addict, alcohol abusing, wife manipulating 1,400 children across the interstates. Like you've been the truth since day one. So thank you for everything that you've done for me as a father, as a husband, as a co-host to Sharon, the whole nine.
Wow, that is
Thank
awesome.
you.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Yeah, well, and it's good that you made it clear that I wasn't that other uncle.
Yeah.
I just
No.
want to call that out.
Yeah.
I know
Definitely
the
was
uncle you're
not.
talking about, though. I know the
Oh,
one.
see.
Huh? Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
You
All right.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Sharon got a few too. It's okay.
Everybody do. We all do.
Yeah.
Everybody got a few sprinkling here and there. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So
So,
Sharon,
Carl,
you want to start with the questions?
I would love to start it off. So
First, are we sure this is not an online intervention? You're not trying to say. All right. Cool. I just want to be
It's
clear.
not
I
an
want to be clear.
intervention.
All right. Sorry,
You
Sharon. Go
fine.
did I miss something? Oh,
He thought this was an intervention,
Never mind.
girl.
We'll
an
catch you up later.
Look, Carl, you have to tell me later. I think I missed that one.
I got you, girl. I got you.
Oh, you need an intervention?
Probably my ankle. Is there any intervention for that?
No,
Yeah,
no. We
well,
can
yeah.
we
Not that we can cover in this session for sure.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. So
Okay.
first
All right.
question.
Yes.
So we invited you because of that awesome and amazing intro that Carl just gave. Um,
Yeah.
and we do consider you to be a quality man based on everything that Carl has described about you. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh boy. Okay. So, I got my college degree. Got my master's. I was married for like 18 years, beautiful children. We had the big house, the cars. My wife, she didn't, have to work, so she stayed at home with our children. That was a decision we made to invest in our kids. Didn't want for anything. but like I said, was married for 18 years, and then we got divorced. Well, and I fought for my marriage, and um, counseling, prayer, all that stuff, and she decided to walk away. And when she walked away too, that's a whole nother story, a whole nother show probably. But I honor my commitment to my family, to my wife, and I know I put it down. Like I said, I provided that she didn't want for anything. My family never wanted for anything, and that's just how it was. So I don't know what specifically do you want to know. So I'm a business owner. I have assisted living. Well, I have 4 assisted livings, and I'm looking to expand. A lot of that happened post the marriage because a lot of my energy that was put into trying to save the marriage and trying to figure out how to make her happy actually went to something that was productive and something I can build towards. Um, so yeah,
Wow.
That's amazing.
Absolutely
Amazing.
amen.
amazing.
Amen and amen.
Yeah. Look, I can identify when you said that you fought for your marriage. So I'm divorced as well. I did not make the 18 years. I made it 4.5, and God told me to go. He said go. Now I did. Um,
Mhm.
but even though he told me to go in 2009, clearly spoke to me and said go, and I did. We separated. But from 2009
Mhm.
to 2013, when I filed, I felt like I needed to honor the commitment that I made. Um, God did not force me to go up there and say I do and I will to all of these things. I did that voluntarily. So I wanted to honor that
Mhm.
commitment. And I fought. I did. I did everything that I could possibly do to put us back together because I didn't want my kids to grow up in a broken home. He knew that that was never the plan.
Right.
So I
Same
can
here.
identify with that. And then when the person is not in my situation, he did nothing. He did absolutely nothing to fight for us. Um, and it was
Mhm.
hurtful. So I can understand that pain and that hurt when you thought you had something with somebody, and it didn't work out.
Right. Right. No, and it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me. I think a lot of her friends and our family tried to surround us, and instead of her hearing, you know, let us support you, she felt like she was being attacked. Because it takes two,
Mm.
and if one's not willing to fight, if you're saying let's go this way, they want to go this way, they feel attacked because you're trying to pull them in a direction they don't want to go in. And it's sad, but at the same time, like I said, the energy that I put in trying to support this relationship and trying to make someone happy. Um, Now, I mean, energy is energy. Now I have been able to build something within, less than the year that I know I wouldn't have never been able to get to in that relationship. So, so sometimes things happen for a reason.
Absolutely. And again, I can
Definitely.
identify with that as well because 2013, I filed for divorce. We were divorced in 2013. Self-published. Carl, did you read my
Mhm.
book yet? Self-published
I
my
don't
first
come
book.
for me.
Self-published my first book. I got my first master's degree. I got a second one. Published a second book. I'm always about personal growth. Like all the things that I have done, I would have never been able to
Right,
do with him. None of this.
right,
So yeah, all things
right.
happen for a
Well,
reason.
and yeah, and just to touch on that, I think some of it too is that when you say personal growth, you have to be willing to evolve,
Hmm.
right? But in your marriage, like sometimes you start off together, but if you're not evolving at the same level, you kind of outgrow or undergrow each other. So you're not
Hmm.
even relating. And I think in my situation, it was that, these are frequencies, right? So if I'm vibrating here because I've evolved and you're here, then we don't connect,
Hmm.
and what happened is that wherever this was seeking that level. I'm definitely not at that level,
Hmm.
and so that person sought after that, And to my surprise, Carl, who's viewing this? I gotta be careful. But let me see if I can make this generic. One told me no. So you seek after what you're vibing. So hypothetically speaking, if you at a level and that's a criminal level, you're gonna seek for criminals and people that do that. You know, I'm not a
Mm-hmm.
criminal, so I'm definitely not vibing at that level. So anyway, that kind of was the result of the exit and the dissolution
Of it all.
of it all.
Look, I'm so glad I brought my fan to my desk today
You're a
because
church fan. So
I
I
can
got a
tell.
question.
But hold on, Carl.
Yes, sir.
I got to tell y'all. I got to be
Uh oh, she
transparent.
said.
Why I had to pull the church fan out. Because when you said energy, that put a whole smile on my face. Because a lot of people don't understand energy and frequencies and how
Yeah,
you have to be on that
yeah,
same
yeah.
wavelength in order to match up with somebody. That power that's in it. If that
Hmm.
person is not on your level, it's going to stifle everything that you're supposed to do. And it falls in line
Mm-hmm.
with purpose. What is your
Right.
purpose? You can be in your purpose if you are with someone who is holding you back from it, from you reaching your purpose, especially if they don't even know their own. So I
Hmm.
digress.
That was good. That was
Right.
nice.
And a lot of this is a lot of energy trying to pull somebody or
Yes.
a lot of wasted energy. If you're here, then you have something to build off of. But if you're here, you're always trying to figure out and feel the person and spend time trying to even relate. And you don't, So that's a lot of
Yep.
wasted energy. If you're here, then you can build together because you're on the same plane.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's not what we're
Okay.
talking about today, but I felt
It
that
is
had to
what we
be mentioned.
talking about. Look, we can talk about whatever
Oh,
we
it is
want to.
okay. All right, all right.
This is
We
my
good.
That's right. That's right. All right.
excuse me. This
So
is our show.
yes, I was. So my question is, so can you share any experience that you may have that caused you to approach relationships cautiously?
Let me give some background. So how I approached before was just wide open. I didn't have an agenda.
Mm-hmm.
I loved because I loved. I did because I did. It wasn't because I'm doing X because I'm planning to have Y. You
Mm-hmm.
know, um, Very open. Very. I don't want to say naive, but pure. I think when you get hurt or people that have intentions, malintentions, or whatever intentions, it calls you to pause and think a
Mm-hmm.
little bit like, okay, you just did this for me instead of just saying thank you and having an open heart and accepting it. Now I'm pausing to say, all right, why are you doing this for me?
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing this just because? Are you expecting something in return? I think that type of thing causes you when you are in a bad situation, it causes you to take pause and not just really accept the love that someone's trying to give you. I know in my relationship, I would do things like I'd get flowers and chocolates. Come the time that we were separated and getting divorced, I was told, well, you didn't give me the chocolates that I want. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving out of my heart. Well, I saw that look, Carl. That's how I felt. That look right there captured how I felt when I heard that too.
Yep.
But yeah, that that one.
Mhm.
But it kind of makes you pause. Like, what? I just did something out of my heart for you because I care about you. Just because I just want to express to you how I felt and how I appreciated you. How do
Mm-hmm.
you, the recipient, question my gift to you? You know,
Yep.
so it just makes you think. It causes you to pause sometimes afterwards. Like then why if my gift giving and my love my expression of love is questioned, then why am I expressing? You know,
That part.
um, it does it hits you like that, and I'm still working through some stuff. But I think one of the other things too. Well, I'll let you ask your next question.
Okay.
Look, I done
I'll
pulled
get.
out my pen. We'll get to the last question in a second. I done pulled out my pen because you are saying some things that is making a lot of things make sense to me now. So after the fact, when what you did wasn't good enough, and when you said now that you pause, I get it. I get why the things that I do as a good woman, because I am. I work very hard to be one. I've done a lot of work. I make
Mhm.
goals. I do extra stuff all the time just to make sure that I am the best that I can be. So when I do things, nice stuff, just being nice, just because I'm a nice person. Um, I understand now why the guy paused and questioned it, like questioning my motives as if I was trying to
Mm-hmm.
do something underhanded or whatever it was. I don't know because it confused me at the time, but I
Right.
get it now. He paused
Mm.
or they because it's happened several times. And my question was, you so maybe you're so used to being treated so bad that you don't know what it's like to be treated well.
Mhm.
Now you don't trust the fact that when I tell you to have an amazing day and I pour into you for whatever I hear I'm supposed to say to you, just being obedient, you think I'm doing it for some arterial motive. No, just
Right.
have a great day. I hope you be
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
successful today. I want you to win, just genuinely want you to
Right.
win. I don't want nothing from you. I don't need anything from you. Just want you to win. Yeah.
Period.
That bothered me for a long time until just now. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that pause is needed because it's that warning sign for you, especially if that's something that you're familiar with. But like I said previously, Sharon, a lot of women say they want this, that, and the third, and they want this grand gestures, and that's not their love language. That may not be their love language, or they've hidden who they really are for so long. Like we talked about before, when you hide something for such a long time, it starts to
Mhm.
seep out. And once you sprung a leak, before you know it, it's a full on flood. And there's nothing that you can
Right.
do. So you portrayed yourself to be a Pollyanna homemaker, but when in fact you want you claim you want a Bruce Wayne during the day, but Batman at night, when all along you wanted that dark night. You didn't want that wholesome lifestyle. That wasn't even your cup of tea, but you forced yourself into something like that. And more often than not, I see that in a lot of relationships with people. You weren't true going in. And now, 270 years later into the marriage, your true identity has surfaced. And now animosity and resentment can form.
Yeah, I definitely see that in a lot of long-term marriages when they end.
Yes.
So yeah, makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. Now look,
Right.
I just want everybody to know, in case no one has ever seen our video on love languages, my love language is gifts, receiving gifts. Now it doesn't have to be big. It's not about the monetary value. It is about the sentiment behind it, the thoughtfulness
Mhm.
behind it. So, I mean, literally, it can be something small. I'm not gonna tell y'all my favorite color, but if you got me something small, it don't matter. It could be a sticky pad of my favorite color. I'm gonna lose it because you knew it was my favorite color and you
Mhm.
bought it for me. So
It's the little things.
the little
But
things.
again, when you're dealing with a quality man and a counterfeit woman, what's done in the dark is going to come to light. And darkness can't
It's gonna
dwell.
come to life.
It can't dwell in something positive. And I just feel after a certain amount of time, when a counterfeit woman is in the presence of something genuine, you itch, your booty itch. You is uncomfortable. You did not wipe thoroughly. Now you just, every time you around the family, you itchy touchy because you ain't being 100% you. But
That.
it's true.
Well. I think what happens though, Carl. I think everybody sees something they want to be, and it's like I can be that. I want to be that. But then, like you said, I don't know if it's even intentional the counterfeit thing, but it's like they're trying to be something they want. That's the image. But how
Mhm.
long can you pretend? How long if that's not who you are? I was in a situation where I'm who I am. someone came in my life who saw that they wanted to be that, and they could only pretend to be that for so long until I was told that I was trying to change them. I'm being who I
Mhm.
am. I'm accepting you for who you are. If you aren't comfortable with who you are, if you don't accept and know who you are, your identity, I can't make your identity.
Nope.
That's a divine thing. And I'm not going to accept trying to take that job. So I think after a while in the situation like that, so it starts out like this. You like a person, so you're going to do whatever it takes to be what you think that person wants you to be.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
how long can you hold that facade? After a while, that thing breaks. And in about, 14 years, if you can hold that long, that thing is going to start to fade. And
Mhm.
so, one of the things I've learned, I think for me is if I'm with someone and everything I say is right, you agree with everything I say, every shape and everything, you agree with everything, something's wrong. And I get skeptical. So
Mhm.
as I work now, if you don't have your own opinion and we agree on everything, you can't tell me, what your opinion is and that you don't agree with me, then I'm running because you either don't know who you are or I'm talking to myself in the mirror.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Makes sense.
so I really get skeptical about that because I need to know who you are. I need to know that you're comfortable and confident enough in yourself that you are willing to risk this relationship and interaction with me to hold true to who you are. And if you can't
Mhm.
do that, you can bounce at this point. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? I don't want we no longer need to share air. Um, and so that's where I am now. I need a confident woman. I need a woman who knows who they are. I need a woman who doesn't need to agree with me because she's fine within herself. And then we can talk because then we can compromise and see where we are. But you can't just be everything that you think I want you to be. It's
Mhm.
not gonna work.
Yeah. And I think a lot of times, women, we spend a lot of time finding out who we are, right? So I didn't really have a clear concept of who I was and what my purpose was until I was 30. So I think in our 20s, we spend a lot of time uh, doing what we think we're supposed to do. So whether it's
Mhm.
we're doing what mama taught us to do, what we saw auntie do, what our friends are doing, what media is telling us we're supposed to do and be.
Right.
But we really don't come into ourselves until we gain that awareness, that self concept and self confidence of knowing who we truly are. And when you say that a person may say you're trying to change me into somebody I'm not, it's because they know who they are on the inside and it doesn't match the person that they were or the
Mhm.
person they have been pretending to be. So yeah, I think self concept has a lot to do with that.
Right.
And somebody, Vanessa, I'm sorry, I just wanted to go on this one because Vanessa
Mhm.
said some men can't handle a woman who speaks her truth and not necessarily agreeing with him. And I think that is definitely a
See?
valid point.
I'm
And
glad
that's
you
what we're
said that.
talking about. That's what
Mm,
we're talking about here is you need to make sure you're in the presence of a quality man, a Mufasa, not a Simba wanting to
there you
be
go.
a Mufasa and not a Scar willing to kill a Mufasa so that he's the alpha male. More often than not, women enter relationships with the idea that I can change you. I can
Mm,
change this person. You're broken, let me fix you. And it's naturally just because a woman is nurturing. But when you're in the presence of somebody real, me and my wife have been married 16 years. Let me tell you, we're not even supposed to be quote unquote together because we're high school sweethearts. So we've broken the mold for a lot of things. And my wife, normally she's on here, but I know she's studying. But my wife will tell you, it's my hands or God's. That's the only way we leave in this relationship. I didn't do this to be doing getting married 14 years down the road again. No, I'm done. I respect what my wife has to say, and she don't always agree with me, but a real man is going to respect your opinion because I don't want a yes woman. That's not my niche. That don't turn me on.
But Carl,
right.
that is what they
Mm-mm.
teach us.
No,
That
that's
is
not
what
going. Yeah,
we
that's
are
not going to
taught.
help you grow. Yeah.
That
Exactly.
that is what we are taught to do, though. So the guys that we try to fix are the guys that we know are below us, the guys that are not on our level. So if I just fix
Mhm.
you up a little bit, I can bring you up here to me and things would be great. But the guy who is a Mufasa, he's something to obtain. We are taught to feel like, okay, you need to be quiet. You need to, do you need to agree with him. You need to follow his lead, especially from the church. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
You need to follow him. You need
Right.
to everything that he say. You need to make sure that you're this and this and that and that, and it needs to be catered to him if you want to obtain that man. This is what
Hmm.
we have been taught. Now, I buck the system. I ain't never follow it in here
Well,
again.
well, yeah. Well, okay. My question then, because what happens if you're not being true to yourself and you're being this silent person, then that's what happens in 12, 14 years. That person in you is crying out or is empty because you haven't fed it for 14 years. And then
Hmm.
all of a sudden, it's this man that has caused you to miss out on your life and your purpose. And I got to get out of here.
Yep.
I can't stand it anymore. So that's the risk and that's that's what I see is happening in my situation. A great person and had a lot of talents and all that stuff. But instead of honoring that up front and being truthful and honest and honoring herself, it's like, um, it wasn't a situation where that happened. And so 14 years later, now I got to roar, but I can't roar with you. We can't roar together, that
Hmm.
type of
Yeah. I think the difference between relationships now, relationships back in the day, and this is why I truly believe and have seen there's a lot of old people still married and don't like each other. They're miserable together. The difference is they stuck together back then.
Yeah.
Now we get divorced.
right.
I didn't do it right the first time. I heard very clearly not to do it, but I did it anyway. So I want another shot to do it right. Back in the day, they stick it out until death do us part, literally.
Hmm.
But they miserable.
I'm old school. Death do us part. But I
Round
don't
two,
think I.
round two, I'm gonna be old school.
Yeah, I don't think I could even. The day that my wife agrees to everything that I say, I think that would be the day that I'm turned off because you challenge
Right.
me and you motivate me to want to excel and do better. And it's like it's not a tit for tat
Mm-hmm.
when you're in a marriage that's successful and prosperous. But when we got to level 90. All right, you gonna get us to 91? Cool. You get us to 91, I'm gonna get us to 92. Like I want
Right.
to constantly grow. And that's the one thing that I love about my relationship. But again, I got to see that from you, Roselle, and then I got to see my mom's relationships, and then I got to see my cousins and friends and the dudes that they went with, and I'm like, yeah, y'all all want a bad boy until your ass don't know how to duck and dodge that left hook. It's fun and
Right.
games until you got four broken ribs and the police is kicking
Right.
down your door. But
Mm-hmm.
then men, we want that shawty that's fine and she 5'5" and hazel brown eyes and she just Coke shaped bottle, and then when she take a shower, she look like Fiona after dark.
Oh goodness.
It's not right.
Oh.
It's not okay. It's not okay.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not easy
Ladies,
on the eyes either. Mm-mm.
come to the relationship real. If you my in 2021, fellas, if they don't have cellulite, a stretch mark, their Johnson is probably bigger than yours. We're in 2021. It's
Oh
probably bigger
goodness.
than yours. Um, but ladies, come, come real. I'm not saying you gotta be 100% natural.
Come
Some of
real.
y'all ladies like the creamy crack with the straight hair. That is fine. Some of y'all like the big Bantu knots. That is fine. Be you. But if I
That's
have
right.
to take a chisel to your face to see the real you under 16 coats of Maybelline or MAC, that's not fair. That's not fair at all.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Not
And
fair.
look, Carl, you've seen me take
Blowtorch,
my makeup off.
jackhammers.
Yeah, jackhammer, you doing acetone like the
Mm-hmm.
power of Christ repels you. That's not okay.
Right.
That's
Hey, okay.
That is true.
Not okay.
Power tools to a face.
Carl, you have seen me take my makeup off.
And I was like, what? But that's a natural beauty. It's something to behold when a woman puts lipstick on to enhance the fullness. You put on some Jergens, some Johnsons and Johnsons, so you don't look like a blackboard.
I
And
have on
a
some
little,
makeup.
yeah, a little eye thing here and maybe a sun kiss. That's cute. But when you got to start with a white canvas and we add on the eyebrows and then you take the parakeet booty cheeks and put it on your eyelashes so your things is flying away. I'm so tired of that, women. Women, it's 2020. If your eyebrow
Stop
can
it.
do this, please stop that. Please. For you won't catch a man.
Oh,
Take them off.
you know what?
Sorry.
Not that you want to keep. Right.
Right?
No, he probably should
Right.
stay. Yeah.
Take it off. Sorry.
But I've seen some of those videos where I had to rewind it back, and I was like, "What did she look like from the beginning?" God dang!
Did you see that
It take
video?
them 2 hours to put it together.
It's illegal.
Yeah, there was a video, y'all. This man in China divorced his wife and sued her
You sent that to me.
because their children came out looking like mutt ducks. When he saw a picture, Rosa, I don't know if you've seen it, but when he saw a picture of what she looked like
You got
4 years prior,
Wow.
man, woo!
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
And he won.
Yeah. So you got to send that to me.
And he won. And I feel all judges should do that. If I come into the pretense
Wow,
that
really?
I'm about to be with Kelly
False
Rowland,
advertising.
yeah, and then you look like Shamu's kid sister, that's not okay. That's it's not
That's
okay.
Deception at the highest level.
Yeah, you over here transform and just nobody want that. No.
Before we wrap up, so wait a minute, Carl, you mean the Miss Piggy eyelashes? You don't like the Miss Piggy eyelashes? Okay.
No, that the cute ones, it's a little bit, little bit. But when you got 14 miles, no.
You are hilarious.
No.
All right, so before we wrap up, I do want to touch on one thing. So I understand what you guys mean when you're saying you don't want someone that agrees with everything that you say. What I have learned is that I do need someone who is compatible. Like you can't be on the other side of the fence, okay? We need to be on the same page on a lot of things. But at the same time, you need to be okay with me maybe challenging your perspective, because if I do it, it is to help us grow, It's for me to push you further and you to push me further, like you stated. But at the same time, I don't believe opposites attract. We got to have something in common. We got to be on the same page.
Yeah, I think the core issues, right? We won't agree on everything, and I think it's those things in the fringes that cause us to grow, our perspective, our world to expand. Yeah, so
I agree. So before we let him go, what advice would you give your younger self about dating?
I would pay close attention to what's that? Go back in my mind.
Go back to Little Roselle.
Yes, Little Roro.
Oh, Little Roselle. All right, don't call me to crawl up in the fetal position. No, like I said, I think it's about making sure that the other person, my mate, is confident in who they are, that can represent their true self, and they don't mind going toe to toe. And let me just a disclaimer, it's a way you present things. We could be on the same page and we have a little variation, and you present in a way that is completely a turnoff. I think I've seen women skillfully, introduce an idea respectfully, and it's more of this is how I feel. It's not throwing something in your face or disrespecting you. I think there's an art to it, but I think representing themselves and are very comfortable with who they are. And I think, if a person can't fall in love with that, then maybe that's not the person you need to be with. And it's better to find out sooner rather than later. You don't want to be in a relationship for 14 years, 18 years, and then the true person is coming out. You've wasted way too much time, and time is precious. Time you never can get that back. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's a precious commodity. So I would say do your research, and don't be taken back because someone doesn't agree with you. Allow yourself to grow. Again, I think there's core issues, but then there's things that challenge us for who we are and helps us expand our worldview, and we
Mm-hmm.
have to be okay with that. And I know that that comes with maturity, but to my young self, I would say, you know, take time to really unpack that and understand who you're with, and that the right stuff is there for the long haul.
I love that.
Yeah,
That was nice. That was nice.
I think that was a
All right,
Yep, it
great.
Sharon,
was
you got any
scripted
more
too.
questions?
If you no,
What,
Good
yes,
what was
scripted
that?
read here.
What was that, Mr. Cawthorn? I missed that.
right. No,
So what you got any more questions for him, Sharon?
No, I don't. It was a pleasure having you on. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for being open and being transparent about your life, your lived experiences. I believe that we can help people through the things that we go through.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you
absolutely.
for
Thanks for having
coming.
me. Yeah,
Yes,
anytime. Just let me know.
we will.
All right,
Thank you
cool.
so much. We'll catch you next time. So,
All
Sharon,
right.
I guess uh what we got anything else for tonight, my dear?
No, that was an amazing interview.
Right?
Yes, yes. Miss Naisha says, "Thank you. Good stuff tonight." That was
Yes.
great. Yes. So Uncle sounds pretty amazing. And
Love them.
whenever a person can speak about their experiences, like open and honestly, like that, it shows their growth, right? It
Hmm.
shows, hey, I went through something, got knocked back a little bit, but I got back up. Um,
Hmm.
so I like that a lot. Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. This series has been really good talking to the types of people that we've been talking to in various walks of life and the whole nine. It's been doing really, really good. I have
Absolutely.
an audience member that's trying to join tonight too.
That's okay. We love that baby. He can join anytime. Now,
Girl.
I gotta find our topic for next week because next week gonna get real juicy. Hold on.
I,
I did
I,
not.
I, I think I got it.
You got it.
Yeah, I think if I remember it, because I was on a roll when we were coming up with these, has the doctrine of Christianity negatively influenced the successfulness of a woman in a relationship or something like that? It's something like that.
Yes. So has the doctrine of Christianity negatively impacted women from being in successful relationships? Oh, I
Yes.
cannot wait. Yes.
Oh
Talk
my
about that.
God. Yeah,
Can
we
I
about
get
to get
another?
it.
Oh my God. One more.
Oh my God. Go ahead, baby. That's it. That's it for the echo. Oh, get it.
Look, the church, and I think I kind of touched on that tonight. The church teaches us so
Mm-hmm.
many things, right? So many great and wonderful things, but at the same time, it teaches so many things. How
Mm-hmm.
has it affected us in our relationships? Women, what are we doing based on what we are being told God wants us to do? Oh my goodness, who are going to be our speakers next week? I believe we have Miss
I
White.
Yes, we are going to have Naisha White join us. And this is going to be good, but I feel like we're going to have to even it out with another gentleman or something. I feel like we're going to might need two people, two or three people for this.
I need to find a guy that's just sold out on God, just sold all the way out.
All the way out.
Like he's out
I
so
want
good.
to see. Yeah.
Okay. I might know one or two. Yeah.
Because see, I want to dive into it, y'all. Ankle hurting and all. I want to dive into it because see, when woke with a shackled mind,
Oh, come
we
on.
and if y'all don't remember that series, it was a phenomenal series. Please go back and check. for February. That we did a whole series in February called "When Woke with the Shackled Mind." Society is tricky when they try to break the will of Black individuals, and they use Christianity as a way to get us to submit to their wills and their way. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, hallelujah.
Don't get it started. Do not.
Hallelujah. I can't wait. Can't wait.
When you use the Bible for bad.
Yes, when following the Lord has gone wrong.
Are we going to have a pastor's wife on?
I'm trying to. I'm a reach out and I'm gonna see if we can get her to join us. I think that would make for interesting.
I'm gonna see if I can find a minister, youth minister, adult minister, somebody.
I might be able to get both of them. I might get both of them on.
Okay, good. Look, because the lie that I have fallen for a long time was the Proverbs 31. Oh my gosh. Be submissive to your man is the only part, and fear of the Lord. You have to fear God. You have to be fear as in scared of him, right? I'm not even go down, y'all. They ain't talk about how she was a boss, how she was running stuff, how she was working in her purpose, how she used her talents to grow her family, to grow herself, and to uplift her husband. Don't nobody want to talk about all those things, right? Of truly being the Proverbs 31. We'll get there next week.
I can't wait. Well, it was a pleasure, Sharon. We had an awesome evening.
Yes. Thanks again to our special guest, Carla. I hope you enjoyed my t-shirt today. It was free.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I know. The shade of it all. Love it. Love it. I will get you back. Don't worry.
I'm waiting.
Don't worry. So tune in, y'all, next week. Same Black channel, same Black host, same Black time. Peace, love, and hair grease. Thank y'all so much. Like, comment, and share, and subscribe. Hit that notification on YouTube. Bye.
Welcome to the truth. Welcome to the truth. Welcome to the truth, where the truth don't lie. 3 T's, no lie.
Thank you. Tune in next week. Same Black channel, same Black host, and we'll holler at you at the same Black time. Bye. Right.